Hello and welcome everyone. Today we are going to be looking at the Erie heavy-duty flat car. Alright, let's open up the box. Inside the box we should have the floor and body. There should also be 2 bags of parts. And of course we have the instructions. In one packet you're going to find 4 trucks. There should be 4 medium-sized screws for each truck. There will be 2 longer screws for the span bolsters for each truck to go onto. There will be 2 brake wheels, 2 brake wheel posts, 2 horn and hook couplers that we will not be using. Then there will also be 2 small screws for the coupler box covers. So in one of the packs you're going to have 2 span bolsters, 2 larger weights, and then you should have 8 of the smaller weights. Okay, so for the assembly we are going to start with the body and the floor. And we have to start by putting the weights into the body. So these 2 big weights here, they go in the center, like so. And then these 8 weights go in 2 rows on this side and the 2 rows on this side. And with these you have to be careful because some of them could have flashing around the edges that you're going to have to clean off before they will fit in there. So once you've cleaned all the flashing off, you can set them all in there like that. And you want to make sure that they're flush, they're not sticking up anywhere, so that the floor here, this piece that we're going to put on next, will sit nice and flat. Now this piece here, the screws from the span bolsters hold it on, so you don't need to put any glue on there. It should set down right on there like that. What we can do is we can take and flip this over and set it right off to the side. Next, we need to do the span bolsters with the trucks. So you're going to take your 2 span bolsters, and the first thing you're going to need to do is take the flashing off here. So get rid of that, get rid of this, and just clean it up. Make sure there's no flashing sticking out anywhere. Looks pretty good. Same with this one here. Looks good. We're also going to need to take our coupler box covers, remove the flashing from our coupler box covers, make sure that it's all clean. And like I said before, we are not going to use our horn and hook couplers. We are going to use KD number 5s. So I have some KD number 5s here. So we are going to start by putting in the spring. We're going to use some KD Grease-em, give it a little puff in there, put in our hook, take our cover, and we want to make sure that we put the smooth side down. And then we take our short screw and we put our short screw in there like that. And put it down. You don't want to make it too tight because it is only plastic. You can strip the plastic really easily, but you want to make sure the hook moves freely. And we do the same thing again to our next one. Oh, that's just how it goes. Okay, now that we have those done, the next thing we're going to do is we are going to stick on our trucks. One truck there. Okay, when you put your truck on, you want to make sure that it's not hung up on anything, it moves freely. So, and then we do the other 4. There we go. Now that we have both span bolsters and all the trucks bolted on, we can go ahead and we can stick it onto our body. So it just sticks right in the middle like that. We take our long screw and we put it down in the middle. It should go down. Again, make sure you don't over tighten it because the plastic is very soft and you can damage and strip it very easily. Now we do the second one. There we go. Trucks are all on and it should all be held together. The floor should be solid. Now the only thing left to do is to stick our brake wheels on. So you're going to want to take the brake wheels and remove them from the molding sprue. Discard that. And then we have our 2 metal posts. So these metal posts and the plastic, we have to use super glue or CA glue to glue the metal and the plastic together. So what you can do here, you take one and you just want to put a little dab of glue on the end like that, and then you can go ahead and stick your brake wheel on. There's a hole in the middle of the brake wheel. Sometimes the hole in the middle, you might need to clear it out a little bit. Sometimes it might not be quite big enough, or it might have some flashing inside, and then you can go ahead and stick your glue on the end. Sometimes you might need the help of some pliers. Just give it a little wiggle, make sure it's seated in there really well, and let the glue dry. Also now, when we go and we stick these into the holes on the posts on each side, we are going to put a little bit of super glue on there. Okay, so now we go to put these in the ends here. We are going to put it through the first hole, and the holes might not be big enough. You might need a little pin drill to drill them out. So we are going to take our pin drill here, and we are going to just make sure that these holes are big enough for the posts. Here we go. There's one side, and let's do the other side. Okay, now we can go ahead and we can stick our brake posts and brake wheels in. So what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to stick it through the first hole, and before you stick it into the second hole, you're going to want to put a small dab of glue on the end and then push it down into the second hole there, just like that. And then repeat the step, same on the other side. Okay, now it's time to check our hook height. Oh, the hook height doesn't look too bad, maybe a tad low. I might leave it like that though. The trip pin though looks like it needs to be bent up a little bit. So let's do that. Okay, I bent the trip pin up a little bit. It clears and hooks up. It is a bit low though. Now if yours is really low, you will need to either put in a different hook, an underset shank hook, or you can put a washer underneath each truck. You need to put one under each truck, so you need 4 of them all the way along. You cannot put them in between the body and the bolster because that will not help the height of the hook. And there we are. Our heavy duty flat car is all ready for the layout.